Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new video. Today we are going to be continuing the For Honor Battle Tips series, and today we are moving on to the Warrior, which is 2 of these arrow things out of 3 guys. So this is going to be a little more advanced than yesterday's Novice video, guys. So let's get right into it. Warrior is described as hone your skills by mastering combat strategy, fighting techniques, and hero classes. So, we're going to go to view warrior videos. I already got one picked out. We're going to go to advanced combat, guys. So, I'm going to be talking over this video a little bit. Let's get right into it.
Hello everyone, my name is Gerard Khalil the Completionist, and today I'm going to show you the ropes on advanced tips and tricks for the game For Honor, specifically focusing on the Viking faction and its associated classes.
Yeah, dude, go Vikings!
Right on in. The inspiration of For Honor's fighting system stems from real-life combat techniques, but its roots are from the world of stage combat, a type of theatrical training to teach performers how to battle for performances, such as musicals, plays, and even television and film. In stage combat, there are 4 main quadrants to attack within: your left shoulder, your right leg, your left leg, and a special 5th zone being the area above your head.
Nice.
For Honor takes that exact same concept, but simplifies it into 3 sections: the left, the right, and straight above you. But in For Honor, we're battling for supreme reign for the land of Vulcanheim, and none of it is fake or staged. Let's go over combat basics. For Honor is not a hack and slash kind of game. You cannot simply run into battle and do fantastical, whimsical...
No, this is kind of a build. He said it's not really a hack and slash game, which basically means it's not a button masher. So you can't just run in and mash a bunch of stuff and hopefully you do really cool stuff. You gotta know what you're doing a little bit.
Superhero fighting moves. Well, you can, but you have to learn when and where to use them. Using the lock-on button, you can lock onto your opponent and engage in combat.
Remember, the lock-on button was left trigger for the controllers. I don't know what it's going to be for the PC, but on the day that it is released, I will definitely be doing a PC controls video.
Combat. Using the right analog stick, you'll have to position what zone you're going to strike in. Light attack will have you swing your weapon
Okay, so basically we're just doing a little recap of what we all learned yesterday. The zones, the light attacks, the heavy attacks, the lock-on buttons, all that kind of stuff.
Faster but do less damage. Whereas using your heavy attack, your attack will be slower but do a lot more damage. If you are on the receiving end of the attacks, you can block by simply using the right analog stick to match your opponent's weapon position. When in doubt, the enemy's attack will glow red in the incoming zone. If you're
okay, so we saw the little thing right here. You can see it right here. So it actually glows red on which zone your opponent is attacking you in. So that gives you a little bit of an advantage. That is something we did not learn yesterday. So it's a good thing to know.
Fast enough, not only can you block it, but with the right timing, you can attack back right away. If you don't think you're going to react...
That's the thing I was talking about yesterday. He said you can block it and then attack right away, which I did see a lot of people at the gameplay. Unfortunately, starting out, you and me will not be good enough to do that right away. But once we play for a while, we should get it down.
Quickly enough with a block, you can also dodge from side to side or back up with a dash using the dodge button and a direction. Within this back and forth combat, you've got the ability to bash your opponents with a stun. This stun can lead to one of 2 things. 1, your next hit will not show the enemy which zone you are attacking from.
Okay, so that's something new, guys. So basically, one of the effects that can happen is you stun the opponent, and I told you that it glows red in the zone that you are getting hit from. Right here, it'll glow red. It does not show your opponent, so they'll have to eyeball it, which shouldn't obviously be that hard. But if you become too reliant on the little glowing red thing, stuns can be very good against your enemies.
2, you can execute a throw by stunning them a second time in a row. Throwing your enemy...
So, throws are basically used for if you're on edges, I talked about executions and executions finaling people so they cannot come back. If you throw someone off the world or off a bridge or something, then they are executed. They cannot come back from the game. That's it.
Is crucial to creating distance if you're getting bodied hard. For instance, if you're playing the role of the raider, you can literally pick up the enemy and toss them off a cliff. On the other hand, you cannot just button mash your way to victory. You've got a stamina meter that's severely determined.
And this is just another piece of evidence of why you really can't button mash. Pretty much all you'll hear from most of these things are that button mashing isn't going to work. You're going to have to know what you're doing, and then they'll teach you what to do, basically. So, point of the story, watch these videos, whether you're watching them on my channel or you're watching them on the actual For Honor website, guys. That's pretty much the moral of the story, is because you have the stamina bar here, and you can't do too many moves too fast.
Determines your success in combat. The management of this bar may be the most important aspect of the game. The heavier the attack that gets blocked, the more stamina that gets drained. And when you're out of stamina, everything slows down, it goes black and white, and you can...
So I think this is pretty much right now what it looks like when you're out of stamina. And you can tell now that he is at a severe disadvantage compared to when he was fighting earlier.
Barely defend yourself. The nice thing is you can monitor your opponent's stamina as well, so if you're heavily relying on defense, you can go in for attacks once their meters are drained. Now let's get real advanced. Within the factions of Vikings, Samurai, and Knights, all of them have 4 different classes, each with various movesets and stats. No one class is the same, and
this is the thing that I talked about the Knight class, that I talked about all 4 classes and about their movesets and stuff. So if you guys want me to make more videos about that, please comment that down below, or you can just go to the For Honor website and read about them.
Their exact movesets dramatically change their functions. And when I mean movesets, I'm talking full-on fighting game movesets. Combos that can be chained with other combos, which can be chained into throws, providing you have enough stamina. The Raiders' movesets are well-rounded but designed for big damage. With an unstoppable double swing, the Raiders' area of effect attack can chop down multiple enemies to pieces all at once. The Warlord class focuses on the long haul, buffing his allies and really...
So this is basically just talking about the different classes and stuff inside the Vikings faction. So it's really only covering the Vikings right now, and I covered the Knights. So really the only people that are missing out are the Samurais, and you can just go to the For Honor website and read about the Samurai if you are going to be a Samurai. But honestly, if you're playing the game, between you and me, Vikings are the best. So you should pretty much join the Vikings faction.
Capitalizing when their opponent is out of stamina. The Berserker is probably one of the more difficult classes, relying on attacks that take little to no stamina, but they have heavily reduced range. They have to be really in the face of their opponent. Some of their moves are very reliant on keeping a combo chain going.
Now, it said right here that this little class, I would call it, inside the Vikings faction is a really good class if you're really good at the game. If you're really good at the game and you're really good with that class, it can be one of the best classes. But if you were just a noob, it is going to be very hard to start out playing this class. So I recommend that you start with another class and then maybe switch later. I don't know if you can do that to be not, but if you can, I'd recommend doing that.
Definitely the most squishy of the faction, Berserker players will undoubtedly be the glass cannon for the Vikings. And then there's the Valkyrie, which hands down has the most diverse moveset. Think of this character as a combination of a few of the other classes in one. With their shield and spear, they can keep their distance while dealing high damage. The takeaway from all of these classes is that their movesets are not too difficult to learn. If you open up the moveset menu and practice, you can get really good to the point where you'll make your opponents want to learn the character that you're currently using. Alright,
so that is one of the things that is more advanced about this game, is not only do you have to know yourself well, and you have to know all your movesets, But you also should know your opponents, and that is going to be one of the key components of being really good at this game, is knowing what your enemy's class is and what faction they're in and all of that stuff, and knowing their moveset, so you can kind of use that against them and you know what's going to happen and what they can do.
All this sounds fine and dandy, but there are going to be moments when it's going to be a bit overwhelming for you. You're going to have to battle multiple enemies at a time. In a 4-on-1 situation, you're more than likely going to die. However, when it's 2-on-1, there's a chance you can come out on top thanks to the revenge system. The revenge meter builds based on the attacks both dealt and received. But when you are attacked by
So I'll be he's going into a little bit about about when you're outnumbered and you're fighting, and I will be reviewing a video and be talking about that tomorrow. So if you want to know how to win when you're outnumbered, maybe all your friends need to be revived and you kind of need to get away, heal up, get all that stuff, and then you're in a 2v1 situation or even a 3v1 situation, I will be telling you guys how to win those tomorrow. So stay tuned, subscribe if you want to. That'll make it easier so you'll get notified. Let's continue.
multiple people, it builds faster, giving you the ability to go into revenge mode. It balances out the gameplay for when players feel the need to gang up on you when you're just too damn good to be taken one-on-one. In each type of mode, your individual character can level up from 1 to 4. Leveling happens when you kill an enemy, pick up a friend, or maintain a point for your team. Leveling up also gives you access to new moves called feints. These abilities can be built to be actions that you take in battle, such as new skills, temporary speed or strength buffs, and sometimes even a projectile. Before every round, you can pick your feints any way you see fit, and leveling online will unlock more for you to choose from. Those are my advanced tips and tricks for the game For Honor. Starting out, this game may seem a bit overwhelming, but trust me, it is so much fun. This game is easy to play, but if you master it, whoo! You're gonna take down some fools. So, what do you say? Join me and my Viking brothers and sisters as we fight for our homeland. Sign up for the beta today. I've been Gerard Khalil the Completionist, and remember, for the people, for Volkenheim, for honor!
Okay guys, so I hope you did really enjoy that video. Those are just some of the advanced tips. Tomorrow we will be going over, where are they right now? Oh, I'll show you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to be going over 2v1 and 3v1 situations and how to win that. Hope you guys did enjoy that video. If you did, please hit that like button, and if you are new, please hit that subscribe button and share this video around with your friends. It would be very much appreciated. Uploading daily, preparing you guys for the beta. Beta will be in the description, guys. Check it out. Join Vikings. Go Vikings!